This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with a mini distraction. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the little plant that sits on the table in the studio where I do these podcasts. They have a little studio with 2 microphones, 2 chairs, a table. And on that table sits a little plant in a brass dish. It's about the size of a small cup and with no handle. And it is a fake cactus plant. So it's quite handsome. It's a green cactus-looking plant with nice green leaves. I don't even know if it's cactus, but it looks cactusy. And I was told that there is someone who works at the studio, and like everyone who works at the studio, this person is very diligent and conscientious and tries to make everything as spiffy as possible. And one day he told the producers that he said, that plant in the studio is doing so well. I don't know why it always looks so good. And they said to him, Joe, or whatever his name is, don't you realize it's a fake plant? And he felt all embarrassed. He said, oh, my goodness, I've been watering that plant for every week for months. And so he's been watering a fake plant. And it just seemed to me symbolic of something, How many of us are watering fake plants? How many of us are trying to nurture and grow and take care of something that's an illusion, something that really doesn't need our time or our water? And I don't know, did Joe, let's call him Joe, waste his time in watering that plant? He certainly didn't need to be watering the plant. It was a fake plant, so it did not benefit from the water. But maybe, in a funny kind of way, Joe did. Maybe by his coming in and sprinkling it with, I hope he couldn't have put much water in it because it would have spilled over. But by putting a little bit of water on the fake plant and by admiring the fake plant, maybe, in a funny kind of way, Joe benefited. Maybe the feeling he got of satisfaction in seeing the plant remain robust as it did, it never changed one little bit. Maybe that feeling was sort of one of the secrets of life, if I can say that. Maybe by watering illusions, maybe we water our souls. Now, I don't mean to reach too far with this, but I do think there's an awful lot in life that we get so cynical and skeptical about that we begin to think every plant is fake, that every undertaking is rigged, that the deck is always stacked. And maybe we need to water a few fake plants. Maybe if we suspend our cynicism and skepticism a little bit, sure, we may be like Don Quixote tilting at windmills. Sure, we may be believing in illusions, but I think in some ways Joe has the last laugh in watering the fake plant because Joe took something like pride in what he did, even though what he did was unnecessary. How many of the worthwhile things we do in life, maybe even the best things, are unnecessary? Now, you may think this is ridiculous. My wife would probably say, Ned, that's absurd. And she may be right. But I have an absurd part to me, and I bet some of you do as well. So this mini is in praise of the watering of fake plants, in praise of the watering of illusions. This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with a mini distraction. Distraction is produced by Collisions, the podcast division of CRN International. Collisions, podcasts for curious people. Our producer is Sarah Gurton, our sound engineer is Scott Person, and our music was created by Mark Berman.